Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to FPL Jedi Show. This is the Gameweek 22 preview. My name is Hafiz, and for sure, I am joined by my co-host Azmin. How are you?
I'm good. A bit disappointing. Game week 21. Some poor decisions on my part, but still in there, still fighting, and hopefully we can get through the next couple of weeks and with green arrows.
Right. It's been a while, man. But we are now halfway of the season, and the festive period or the crunch festive period is over. We have survived that, and Game Week 21 will be the last fixture. I still remember Game Week 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We have like quick turnaround and so on. And here we are. We are coming back to normality. But there's definitely a lot of fixture coming up in terms of FPL especially, but other matches involving Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and the European competition.
Yeah, so
On that
it's a
schedule.
congested period over where our FPL is concerned, but for a lot of clubs like Chelsea, Arsenal, they very much lots and lots of fixtures, all manner of competitions that they need to get to. So how we navigate it is really going to be really crucial in figuring out who's going to start for the PL, if not for the CLs.
Yep. Also, we might as well touch on now the second set of chips are available. Means that the wildcard, the triple captain, free hit, and bench boost for the second half of the season. For sure, we already used the first set prior to game week 19. And also, the January transfer window is officially open on January 1st and will be closed on February 2nd, Monday, 7 p.m. UK time. And I think it's timely also, man, just to share. I think this is the latest news and the team news for Crystal Palace. Ole Gunnar have already mentioned that he will not be signing a new contract with Crystal Palace. He will leave at the end of the summer. And Mark Gay won't be in the squad to face Sunderland because he is on the verge of signing a new deal with Manchester City. Well, this really breaking news, man.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm just wondering about the repercussions where it comes to Palace themselves. How are the players gonna react knowing that Glasner is leaving? Are they gonna go all out and we know that they're exhausted. Their team is really stretched. And now you got one of the best defenders, Mark Gui, leaving, and it's gonna be a challenge for Crystal Palace supporters actually, and for us as FPL managers. Yeah, it does feel like we probably want to avoid Palace at this point.
Yep. Imagine if let's say someone who has Mark Gay in the squad right now, what will he be thinking? Whether to move him off for this week, which Mark Gay will definitely not play, but potentially he will play for Man City the other week around. So it will be a tricky situation for Man City to have Mark Gay right now, man.
Oh, definitely. I mean, because he won't be in the squad, so and of course he doesn't go straight into the City, then it's fine. But the problem with Gui is that he just happens to be the second top scoring defender after Gabriel, if I think he still is. Yeah, so it's the question is he going to have that same stats at City? Is he going to start regularly? So that's a big question. Of course, there are injuries there going on at City. Guardiol there out for instance, but there's going go straight in. So that is a question that we need to figure out. And the thing with Gui, I don't know, because City aren't really that great at the moment.
Hmm.
So it's trying to see whether it's worth it. But if I was me, for if I had Gui, I would probably hold on. He's cheap enough that you can afford to bench him, and then you have to wait. Because the thing is, if he does become a regular at City at that price, that's awesome. Because we know that we don't get any. Okay, well, O'Reilly is a cheaper one, but now we got Gray coming in this, and Gray's at 5.3.
5.3.
Yeah,
5.3.
yeah.
But we imagine Mike Gill is actually coming in to fill in the spot for Guardiola and Ruben Dias, who will be out for a while. And I think right now people are talking about who the young kids, Elin or Kusanov, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is timely for Man City because they are desperate for getting a second back, and Mike Gill with his potential. He's the captain for Crystal Palace. He should be a ready product anyway coming into Man City. So I feel, but the impact, like you mentioned, yes, I agree. Whether he could slot in and getting GC points so on, he getting some returns for Crystal Palace anyway. But for City,
because we know that for DEFCON, he gets a lot of DEFCON because he has to do a lot of that. Whereas for City, if they're going to control more, the chances of him getting in DCs are going to be a lot less. So 11, 10, 20. Yeah, I've seen that. Quite a few double digits. So it's.
we did mention offline, man. If someone who has 4 Man City players, inclusive of Semenyo, now if he do not move Mark Gear, he will have 5th Man City player. What will happen in that situation?
if you already have Gray and you have 4 because you haven't sold Semenyo yet, then you just end up with 5. And one thing though, if you have 3 City players already, and you feel like having a 4th, then you should grab Gray now while he's still listed as a Palace player, so you can get him at 4. Of course, going on your earlier scenario, if you have him and he becomes a City player, suddenly have 5 City players. The great thing is that you have 5 City players. The not so great thing is that you can't make changes to anywhere else unless you actually sell 2 extra City players, because every time you save, it's going to check whether you have met the pyramid FPL requirements to have, at the max 3 players. The fact that you already have them there, you have 5 players, is fine because you're not saving anything. But the moment you try to make a transfer, it will check, and even if you sell 1 player, you'll still end up with 4, and it still won't allow you. It'll still say you have an illegal team. So you have to get it down to 3 players. So the thing, it's not so great because Gray, chances are he won't play this week anyway. So then you need to decide whether you play. But at the moment, I don't know when it will be finalized and it will go through, because if he's still a player this weekend, they can still pick him up just for fun and stick him on the bench.
All right, that's about Mike Gill, the breaking news. Let's go back to our preview for Gameweek 22. Let's have a quick review, in terms of our team. Yes, it's been quite some time in terms of result for Game 21, but it's a significant one, especially for me, I jumped to 53k after that 77 points result in Gameweek 21. I did 3 transfer, all a free transfer, no hit. I took out Dorgu, I took out Minte, who has been disastrous for me for the past few weeks, especially in the Christmas period, and also Eketike, who are uncertain to start or not. He decided not to play last game 21. So then I brought in the demand player right now, Gabriel. I took out some money from Eketike and go cheap with money, Wolves player, and then I contemplating what to do with my midfield in terms of Minte. I decided to pull the trigger. Thankfully, I decided to bring in Bruno G, and he got me 11 points. Gabriel 6 points, and Mane, who scored against Everton. I try my luck lah. So definitely Everton conceded that, and he got 3 bonus points, 9 points there. So 21 points gained from that my free transfer. So I'm pretty much happy on that. Kelleher, again, he got double-digit points. I think I need to mention he's one of the heroes in this period. And he actually saved a penalty.
Another penalty. Gosh.
Right. So I think that's I think that's what it is. I'll take that. So 13 points from Kelleher. And then Arsenal kept the clean sheet against Liverpool. It's end up near, right? So Arsenal Liverpool. So no return from Saka and also Rice. Okay, but keeping clean sheet so means that Timber and Gabriel got a 6 point. Orally disappointing again. I think I forgot the result for Man City. He got only 1 point. Blank for Man City, Foden and Haaland. Haaland returned a goal, sorry. So he got at least 6 points, right? No bonus point. And then Thiago continued to tick. He got 2 goals against Sunderland, despite a yellow card. So that's my team. Cunha, another disappointing player. He is definitely on the chopping block. Whether I'm going to address him this week, we shall see. So that's my team, mate.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, pretty much great transfers. But at the end of the day, for me, it's all about your Kelleher, man. That Kelleher, that guy, he's just making a mockery. And at the moment with Brentford also doing well in general, so it's great to see. Your, I guess the money pick is it's something to look at. Because he's definitely going to start all games from the looks of it, and Wolves are really fighting and doing well. So the move was it looked great. Yeah. So no issues there. Well done. And of course you got your the bench is all correct, and which definitely helps. So yeah, I think it's great. And bringing in Gabriel, of course. Yeah, Gabriel. Which he's just for conclusion. It does at the moment seem like he's a must-have in these teams. Whatever happens, he's joined Haaland a bit in that sense of have a Gabriel, have a Haaland, figure the rest of your squad out. So
Your team, mate, you scored 51 points.
Yeah. So for my team, is disappointing. Donnarumma 1 point. So City drew against Brighton. Another disappointing result for City. Haaland scoring the goal. Like you had Bruno Tiao, totally he screwed up totally this time after being a hero last week. Dogu, I kept Dogu, so yeah, I still had him, but I don't know now. That's a question now with the new manager and people coming back. Ahmad's back. Mbuemo's back.
Mbuemo is back, yeah.
Ballard was a disappointment. I didn't think that he's get one. But maybe that's bad decision on my part because Bruno Fernandes. I sold Cunha for Bruno Fernandes. So it was turned out to be good, not great because they played against Burnley because I really gambled on him starting and he did start, but at the end it was a disappointment because I would really want him to get more against Burnley. I have Tavernier who seems to be a hot pick people talking about right now, which I guess is good. Rogers, we did. As many pundits and co-creators expected, last 2 matches he blanked and didn't expect much. And you're right, they were right, he blanked. And of course Palmer, who I'm starting to wonder about this guy. But again, now that Chelsea have new management, I again need to try to figure this one out as well. So if you notice on my bench, I've got Calvert-Lewin and Krupi all scoring for me. And if you remember, at one point you were congratulated me on having DCL, but I actually had him on my bench. And I guess that's the tough one. And coming back to Ballard, I guess me wanting to feel Ballard. On hindsight, Thiaw. I need to remember with Thiaw, if he ever scores double digits again, the very next game you need to bench him. This seems to be starting to look like a pattern. Yeah, so very disappointing in the sense that I have those 2 benches, but the transfer was okay. And I now need to figure out my defense because as it stands, I only have 3 certain defenders with Dogu not sure and Guardiola out. So I need to figure that out and not be stuck with playing 10 players. So, but yeah, disappointing week, but not so bad as it looks.
I guess the team right now, people are looking at cheap forward, Haaland, and 2 cheap forward like DCL, Krupi Jr. and Mane. I think that's the trending right now. So at least you have Krupi Jr. could have potentially nail his spot after that Semenyo move, but we shall see. But at least you already have him. And DCL, what can you say, man? He's really on form. You just need to play him right, regardless of fixture. That's what I believe right now. And he should be on penalty, right?
The case between Tavernier, they say Tavernier is the one who's on penalties and not Kobe Junior. But I don't. It's because Evanescence keeps missing them. So I don't know. It's something that I want to think about. But at the same time, I also want to figure out: are Bournemouth gonna get a lot of penalties in the first place? Is it that gonna be such a big deal? Because with Semenyo out, and none the rest of the squad don't look that great in terms of being ones who keep drawing penalties. So that's something we need to figure that out.
All right, Gustav, that's about our team. Let's just discuss a bit in terms of what's in store for the next few weeks, especially in January. We got a visual from Legomané as usual. As we can see there, I just summarized a bit. AFCON is coming to the end, right? The final, I think the final will be between Morocco and Senegal. Mane scored a goal and Egypt is out, but Mossad is still going to be there because they have to fight for that third and fourth place. Egypt against Nigeria. So AFCON will come to the end by end of Gameweek 22, I suppose, and Salah Mazrui will come back after that. But I just want to touch because we want to talk about congestion. Like Azmin mentioned, there will be no free midweek. So I can just say from Gameweek 22. Then after that, European competition that you see at the Europa League, they just need to finish up the last two fixtures. So between that 22, 23 and 24. Then after that, we witnessed Carabao Cup semi-final last weekend. The result was City 2-0 up against Newcastle, and Chelsea also lost to Arsenal 3-2. Most likely now people are looking at City and Arsenal will be in the final, but it will be concluded in the semi-final second leg on the 3rd of February, which is sandwiched between 24 and 25. And after that, only we will know which team will blank, as you can see there on down there, blank Gameweek 31 to be confirmed which from that 4 teams will be blank in Gameweek 21. So that the scenario for Carabao Cup. And at the same time, I just want to mention there in terms of European competition, the top 8 so-called will automatically qualify for the next round, but the rest, 9 to 16, is it? They have to fight for that playoff spot, which will happen in that week, 17 February and 24 February. So that's the European competition will happen. Interesting, game week 25 and 36. 26 will be a midweek game, which is a nice one. I think also same situation between game week 28 and 29. This is the high bird view for now, in terms of fixture coming up. What do you think?
So you see, with Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Newcastle, that is super packed. It's crazy, and you got to wonder how you're going to manage, because these are players. Most of these are teams that you would have at least one or even 1 to 3 players. I don't think you have anyone with total no players in. I don't know, but you don't have any Chelsea players at the moment, Hafiz, am I correct?
No.
Yeah. So Arsenal, for example, Arsenal, obviously people have 2 or 3. Manchester City, people have 2 or 3. Newcastle maybe 1, and Chelsea 1. Yeah. So for me, for example, Newcastle I have 2, Tiao and Bruno G. City I have 2, I have 3 at the moment, Donovan, Gabriel, and Haaland, of course, Haaland. Chelsea I have Palmer, and Arsenal I have Gabriel. So that's a lot to figure out in terms of how to manage this. And we have to also consider the matchups as well, because we got Chelsea versus Arsenal. And yes, Arsenal did win 3-2, but Chelsea's fight back was not bad actually. There's something to see. But of course Arsenal have the in the driving spot lah, in terms of winning that. At the same time, you also have all the FA Cup matches. Newcastle just came off a blockbuster thriller with Bournemouth, 3-3, followed by penalties. So all that has that impact, and then you have to see how that comes off. So now now we have to look at the squads, and because you have to look at the squads, you have to wonder in terms of rotation. You need to have that squad, and but which makes other teams much better to play with. So coming back to Manchester United, who are not involved in any other competitions, so someone like Bruno would be just amazing. Cares about fine. He's playing City and Arsenal next, but he gets the total rest. He's just gonna be fit. And of course, the only problem in United is, of course, a new manager there. So that's something you have to think about as well. Then you have Wolves, who are undergoing a slight resurgence. It's not good at the moment. It's not going to stop people from picking players against them. I know a lot. Still, people looking at Newcastle, at the Anthony Gordons and the Walter Mathers of this world, and Wissa, because they're playing against Wolves. But because, like, for example, you picked up Mane, and who could be benched in games, but should he even be benched? Because he could do well. And plus, again, coming back to the fixture congestion, Wolves are only involved in the FA Cup, right? So, so that they don't have any involvement in other competitions, so they can manage that. And chances are, if they're looking to survive in the Premier League, they're not going to give a rat's ass about the FA Cup. They're not going to care. So these are the things that we need to consider. Is it good thing to have too many Arsenal, City, Chelsea, and Newcastle players? Look at that rotation risk. And if so, what are our replacements? What's the strategy going forward? Because at the same time, we also have to bear in mind the double game weeks that can happen, and the chips because we now have fresh set of chips. I'm assuming no one's used any chips yet. I've seen a few people on wildcards who wildcarded because
we will touch on that.
Yeah, but again, you need to look at that. And a lot of talk was going on about wildcarding in Game Week 24 because there's a lot of swing in terms of fixtures. Chelsea, to name one of them. But there's nothing to say that you can't even start bringing Chelsea players now. It's not. It's. Of course, I think the main thing with Chelsea is you got to consider under the current management whether or not they are capable, and decide from there. But
I mean, since you touched on that wildcard thingy, I saw some even veteran managers who decided to pull the trigger. I think two players that I know right now is Sam from FPL family and also Pras from FPL Wire. I think those two have decided they want to pull the trigger for wildcard. In fact, I think Sam already pulled it. So means that, what do you think, mean? If your team are disarray right now, the logical or the thing is we just need to do it later stage in the season, like after the 31 and so on. But is there a case to activate the wildcard now?
I think there still is. I think with Sam and Pras, was it? Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but I do know that their ranks their current ranks is quite poor. And it's and the problem with the teams is that they can't. It's not one or two transfers that will fix the team. It's quite a bit. Which means that a lot of presumptions that they have on certain players, they got wrong. Long term, they got wrong, and they were maybe they were holding off on someone selling this player, thinking eventually they will come good, and they didn't. So it really is on a team by team basis. I did take a quick look at my team to decide, and I still feel there's enough there. There's still enough performance there that I don't need to do a wild card. Maybe a hit, maybe with a hit might be possible. But otherwise, if you're really not happy with your team, then you should just wild card and get to a team you're comfortable with.
Right. And so, Gustav, I think another point I just want to make, because talk in the community right now is predicting the double game week, and I just want to touch about if let's say the result for the Carabao Cup at this juncture is City and Arsenal. I predicted to go to the final and playing in game week 31. So what will happen? there will be City and versus Palace fixture, and also Arsenal versus Wolves. The prediction like 60 versus Palace won't be playing earlier than game week 31. But the Arsenal Wolves, potentially, they might provisionally place it earlier, somewhere in the top is between in game week 36, the midweek, where the between the FA Cup, round 4 and the European playoff fixture, where they can slot in there, because moving forward, Arsenal could just go all in other competition, right? FA Cup and so on. So they don't want to take that risk. The most, I think, like last year, the picture double in 7 24 25 also for Palace. And so what do you think in terms of game return season potentially double? Do you think the people have in mind?
Yeah, obviously, if Arsenal double, that of course we'll be in for it, because it is Arsenal versus Wolves. Wherever it goes with, you'd want your triple Arsenal for that one. Um, but what makes this season quite interesting is that, because there are certain players who thought would be up and there in terms of the FPL points wise aren't there. Salah, of course, is one of them, as we all know. The other guy is Saka, Saka is not the top FPL scorer. He's not even the top 3 FPL scorer that falls
He's
to.
not there. He's not there.
Yeah, so he's not even there. Even Trossard's higher than him, I think. I can't remember. I think so, yeah. I can do a quick check. Rice, Gabriel, Timber. Oh, no, Trossard's not. Rice, Gabriel, and Timber are above him. Then it's Saka, Raya, Trossard. And even,
Okay.
yeah, so it's not great. So it makes it interesting and fun, actually, because we like to hold on to our Sakas thinking that they will still come. You have Saka, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But he's definitely not reaching the heights that we would like him to, that we expect him from previous seasons. But again, when it comes to that triple up, I'm saying this now, but I can see myself still having Saka then. At the end, but because the other thing you have to remember with all this feature congestion, how Arsenal are going to prioritize it in the Champions League, especially. What are they going to do? So that is what makes the risk, and which is why you got to worry where if Arsenal play Wolves earlier, will they think that it's safe match and let's bench Saka? Let's give Saka a rest.
Yeah.
So that is the thing you have to decide and figure out. But we have to deal with that when the bridge comes. At the moment, we can only plan.
Yeah. I think we thought that. Why not we jump to some one wildcard draft here that people are looking at, because I think, like you mentioned, some people are activating their wildcard. This is reasonable, I suppose. This is what people are looking at when I see this. They go cheap up front. Okay, means that Haaland is the lone big striker there, and then they go cheap with Kupi, your player, and Mane, my player. They could actually play 4-5-1 or decided like that kind of combination, or easily maybe Kupi or Mane in certain matches they could play. In goals, Royce and Dubravka. Royce is actually now the highest top scorer in goalkeeper department. So I can concur. I like that pick. But if you're someone thinking about Kelleher getting those double-digit haul you want to, maybe he could also, and also Verbruggen. I don't think that's wrong there. But Royce now at 4.9 million, and Sunderland, especially at home, they are really, really good. Okay, this is double defense in Arsenal. Gabriel and Timber, I don't think there's no argument there, but they go to with Senesi, Cash and Chalobah, because Chelsea are having some good fixture starting this week, so that could be a potential. And also for Aston Villa, who has been great, they are third place right now. Senesi, Defcon and so on, and Bournemouth also have some good fixture. No Saka in this, like you mentioned, go cheap as Rice. Rice has been, this is the one player that I want, but he just is continuing not to be in my picks. That's why. But Rice is definitely, he is the top scorer for me, right, in terms of points. Palmer, because he wants to catch up in terms of future, he should be, but I'm not sure about his fitness right now, and he might not play, but Liam did mention that he could potentially be in the squad for this week. So let's watch that space. Rogers from Aston Villa, Wilson. I think I need to agree with this. That Wilson is but is it we missed that boat? I think Fulham have some good feature coming up at 5.9 million. He should be someone that we should have in our squad. And Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United, I don't think is something we could question. He should be. He has so many routes to points, and Bruno is back. Whether he's fully fit to play 90 minutes, it's yet to be seen. Min, any comment on this draft if you're thinking about what happened this week?
Well, last thing first, I think Bruno Fernandes is definitely fit already, so I don't think there's an issue there. He's got his rest already as well, so it's fine. I have issues with Palmer. As someone who has him, I'm starting to worry in terms of his fitness. You know, every time he gets subbed off, he gets upset. He's quite petulant in that sense. But obviously, I think under Maresca, he was trying to make sure he doesn't lose him. Because we've seen what happens without him. So but without him, he's still not back to his best yet. So I don't know if having Palmer is the best best choice here. In fact, if you were to push me, if you really wanted a Chelsea player, I'd definitely go for Enzo Fernandez. I just think that he has a better chance. He will play more minutes, less likely to be rotated. Because Palmer looks like he will definitely be rotated and his minutes managed because of his fitness issue. So Enzo Fernandez, I have Palmer and I had an Enzo Fernandez earlier and then I moved Palmer and now I want to go back to Enzo Fernandez. I think it's time. Other than that, nothing really. I guess I have 7 out of these 11 players actually. Out of the main 11, if you assume some people are benched, then I have 7. But Wilson appears to have taken the mantle of the big dog at Fulham. So I think it's great to have.
Yep.
I don't think we need to worry. Fixtures are still quite okay, actually. Yeah, and because he's the guy who's going to try to drag Fulham from one game to another, he's definitely taken over. Actually, they never really had a big dog in Fulham. Maybe... how Jimenez getting old and no one else really contributing goals. It's all Wilson now. And with Anton Robinson there to help provide that service and width, I think Wilson will go for strength to strength. Chalobah, I totally agree with. I think between Chalobah and Cucurella, I definitely go for Chalobah. He's better and definitely got DEFCON options there as well. Roves, I'm not surprised. Sunderland consistently, despite losing so many players to AFCON, they still managed to shore up the defense and haven't suffered much. And now with almost everyone back already, Sunderland should go for strength to strength. As you say, Kelleher's quite an option, but I still go for Sunderland in terms of defensive solidity because they do focus on that. They're not whereas Brentford also attack. So because they do attack a lot, they will concede goals more. So I go for Sunderland. So Roves it is for me.
So you can see here, you can just simply play because they're playing can I say big at the back with for one of these defender. You could easily play 5. 5 4 1, right?
It's a one formation, but
1.
Who's assuming you bench Kupi and Mane? Who's that third player you bench? It's quite tough there. It really is a by matchup thing right now.
By matchup.
Yeah, right now, who do you bench? Because if you want to look at by matchup, you'd bench Bruno Fernandes, wouldn't you? That's the matchup. If you play a 5-4-1 and bench Bruno because he has the worst matchup. But no one's going to do that. So
no one's going to bench Bruno.
Yeah, who would you bench? Come on, you have his. I call you. Assuming you Kupi and Mane, who's your third person?
Most probably with this lineup, I would definitely play Wilson against Leeds. You just never done good there. I would play those two Arsenal defense. I'm not sure about Chelsea defense now because under the new manager, I'm still not seeing in terms of solidity at the back. But we shall see. I think that's it. But I will play Cash against Everton. I will not be playing. Keane won't be playing. Suspended right after that pulling hair incident for Wolves.
Who's suspended? Sorry.
Keane, right? Because
Keane. Yeah.
like a king. So Cash against, I think Cash also taking corners for Aston Villa, which is nice. So I would definitely play Cash. I might bench. I'm not sure what those the cheap forward up there. Krupi Junior Mane. We go to my team later. But in this setup, probably those two will be benched.
Yeah,
So I'll play like 4-5-1.
it's it's tough. That's why, but it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, someone like you has Thiago, you wouldn't bench Chalobah because you would bench Chalobah because you expect Thiago to score. But in this case, this person doesn't have Thiago, so you would think that you're hoping that Thiago won't score. I'm okay. Yeah, the Arsenal players, I'm definitely agree with. Rice is the best, and Gabriel and Tim. There's your top 3 FPL Arsenal players right there.
Yeah, I guess so. Unless you
Yeah.
want to go for Raya, but there's some excellent cheap goalkeeper you can get, like Ross, definitely number 1. I think he's the best keeper so far, at least the half season. I will definitely give that award to him. I think I just want to point out there is also some excellent budget enabler that you can save some money there if you don't want to go at that. Sunderland defense like Mukeli, Balai or Adrete can go cheap. Rodon, Leeds United, right? So there's some potential you want to downgrade somewhere there, and I don't know, spend some money there. But this is where people are looking at a 5-4-5-1 or 5-4-1, because all those points coming in from the defense, right? The team of the season so far is the defense.
Yeah. And that's not a cheap defense, except
Yep.
for Sid. Yeah, but just now you mentioned Sunderland. Yeah, actually, Adrete Mukele, but Balat not so cheap lah. It's like 4.6 or something.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, because you're saving so much on the forward line, you have a lot of money elsewhere. And assuming, let's say you drop Palmer and then go for Enzo, you got even more money to spend. And chances are you
then suddenly you swap Rice for Saka. Would you do that? I don't think so. Rice still excellent value.
There's one thing that hasn't been considered here is the fact that Salah's going to come back. Is Salah going to be like previous season, or is he just going to podder along like we saw him this season? We don't know yet. And it's quite ironic.
Take a quick look. How much is Salah right now?
It's 14 point something.
14.
Pardon?
14,
yeah.
14.0.
And I think it's so funny that Mane's team knocked out Salah. They're just having a lot of fun at our expense. So yeah, that's something we need to consider as well.
I think
also,
having the enabler upfront, too cheap forward, you can enable Salah. Like replace Palmer for Salah and just get some money from the back, probably. Okay, man, that's the wildcard draft. I think I just want to give shout out to Rakat FPL and Azri who are here. They posted some questions. Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam. Thank you for joining. And Rakat FPL did mention about what will be my transfer plan. He really studied my team. 157.8 million. I'll reveal that to you. Okay, man. What else in store? Let's take a look at the projected score and clean sheet for this week. Why not? Right. Jump into Gameweek 22. These are the fixture. We will start the match for Gameweek 22 with full bank Manchester Derby. United will play City, and if you decided to captain Haaland, you know lah. That's the early kickoff. All right. So who else here which is interesting? We have Liverpool versus Burnley will be the money ball game, and the highest predicted goal will be from that game. Liverpool with 2.52 and also clean sheet with 47% against Burnley expected. So there's merit to captain someone like Wurz or Ekitike. If I think that could be some merit. Right? That's the Liverpool versus Burnley. Other than that, who else in terms of predicted goals high for this game week? City 1.9, Chelsea 1.1 against Brentford. I'm not too sure on that because Brentford has been excellent recently for sure. Newcastle 1.87 away to Wolves. Probably. Newcastle still good, but will they concede goal? Wolves can also do that against the team. Arsenal 1.80, but they are predicted to keep a clean sheet against Forest. 42%, second in terms of clean sheet odds. So there. Villa and Brighton 1.94. Interesting against Bournemouth. That could also be a high scoring game. They definitely both are attacking teams. So what do you think, mate, in terms of projected goals and clean sheet for this week?
Oh, the thing with the Liverpool game is just, if you want to captain someone from there, it's really hard. Because we haven't really seen any explosion. With Ekitike, when we started bringing him after he did well, and then we brought him for that supposedly favorable run, and he proceeded to really not do much and not stand out. I think there was time when we captained Ekitike instead of Haaland, but we were lucky that Haaland also blanked and Ekitike blanked. But I would like to put it out there, if anyone, for those who watch this, and if you do captain words for this, let me know, because I want to give a shout out, and because that takes a lot of balls to do something like that, because Words has never, sure he's getting better, but to captain him even against Burnley, that's still gonna be a big ask. And we saw that Liverpool still haven't done great either. Like for example, drawing against Leeds, they haven't shown that consistency yet that they are forced to be reckoned with yet.
Hey, what do you think in terms of Ekitike? Is he fit to play this game week?
I think he'll be fit, but I don't think he's gonna play full.
Oh.
And yeah, so I don't have him, but I thought about having him, but no, I just don't. Even against Burnley, I can't. I did look at Frimpong as an option, but again, just as a pick, not an actual captaincy. So I wouldn't recommend captaining even against Burnley in this match, because Liverpool are just inconsistent. They're not there yet. They're not someone we can rely on for points yet. I just want to point out for the Newcastle Wolves game, I think that's a bit on the high side. I think it's going to be a lot more closer.
Okay.
Newcastle away are nowhere like Newcastle at home, and Wolves are much better, and Wolves will be definitely up for it. You can see them scoring goals. I think you should feel your money, by the way. Newcastle's defense line is decimated as well. They have only 4 fit senior defenders, and if anyone goes, they're stuck. Yeah, so that's something that you have to consider. 4 senior fit defenders, and one of them is Trippier, who's slow. So yeah, I think you should feel money for this one. For United City, I think United are under new management, but I don't think there's going to be a bounce yet. Sorry, Carrick. I think those who have City players here would definitely want to keep them.
So means that we should comfortably captaining Haaland this week, or try to take some upside from Liverpool match.
All else equal in Captain Haaland, but then there were comments by Pep Guardiola about how he hopes Omar Mamouche is back quickly and be fit quickly because Haaland is tired. Let's put off. Of course, the other issue with Captain Haaland is, of course, is the early match. Is the early,
yeah, that's right.
So that's the other thing that's gonna be on people's minds there.
I think, I just want to mention, if I have any Liverpool player now, Words or Ekitike, you just take gamble for this week. You just never know. Liverpool can easily roll over Burnley, possibly.
No, I can't see it. Not Captain Ekitike. I mean, it'll be fun to see, because you have Chelsea versus Bournemouth, but I doubt anyone's going to captain Palmer. Those who have.
How about and from any Arsenal players, but if they bring away to Forest, I don't think it'll be a high scoring game.
Yeah, Forest at home is better, but
I can't trust captaining Saka or any other.
That's the thing. You see, it's very hard. All else equal, it should have been Haaland, but now I'm having second thoughts. and crazy enough, I'm considering. I'm looking at Rogers
Yeah.
against Everton. It's just that because he doesn't have any route to, he's going to rely on efficiency of goal scoring. He doesn't really take much corners. Oh, he does. He has taken a great free kick before, but
Okay.
he doesn't do penalties. I think Tillman still got a hold of those penalties. Yeah, but I do like that matchup. It's just that Watkins is so unreliable, and um, I I honestly don't have a captaincy yet.
How about that Newcastle Wolves playing? Bruno G is an option. What do you think?
Okay, so previously the problem with Bruno G was he was only doing well at home, but I think the last time out he did score away as well, and he took a penalty when Gordon wasn't around and Walter wasn't around. He took that penalty. Uh, I think he's great, but again, would you captain him? This week should be interesting. I think a lot of people will just go to safely and still captain Haaland.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to decide which part of the fence I want to be, because if I wanted to captain someone else, it would either be Rogers
Okay.
or Rice.
All right. Interesting. Okay. Yep. I think that's the prediction. And anything else to comment? Sunderland versus Crystal Palace. After that, news McGill is not playing. What do you think on that? Sunderland slightly higher, keeping.
Nah, not really, because Sunderland aren't really known for scoring much, and really how the guy missed the. It's a
But they
senior.
potentially can keep the clean sheet better, and
Yes.
who knows, win 1 year, right? I think that's good enough.
Yes, the clean sheet definitely. I think the clean sheet is definitely something to consider. And those of you who've had Alderete or Mokuela on your bench now should seriously considering just fielding them against this Palace uncertain team. Now it's even more so. So yeah, definitely field your bench Sunderland players now.
I just want to point out last one, Spurs versus West Ham. Now Paul Gallagher already inside Spurs. He already sealed a move with Spurs from Atletico Madrid. He could slot in straight into this team, and I think it's still wait and see. He's priced at 5.5 million right now.
So I think Gallagher is a great fit for Spurs. I think he will help provide that drive that Spurs need. It might not be great as an FPL pick. I'm not sure how Frank intends to use him, but I think he will help shore up that midfield, be a bit more decisive, and provide some better attacking impetus. Yeah, but I wouldn't pick him as a FPL player. We're gonna see.
Okay, great. Before we go to our team, let's take a quick look in terms of fixture ticker for the next 6 at least. Why people are chasing Chelsea assets is because they are top on the ticker right now. So that's why they are playing Brentford, Crystal Palace. I think the most excellent fixture is between 24 to 27. West Ham, Wolves, Leeds, and Burnley. You can see that. Chelsea are playing 4 home games in the next 6. So that can also be a factor when you're deciding whether you Crystal Palace, a second ticker. Sunderland, Chelsea, they play Forest, Brighton, Burnley, and Wolves. So there's some good features somewhere there also, if you think like Mateta or Sa. Bournemouth is someone that talking about Tavernier, Brooks, Evanilson, Senesi. Right, they are third in ticker right now. Brighton, Liverpool, Wolves, Villa, Everton, West Ham. Even though the catch Chipa is they're playing 4 away games, and at home Liverpool and Villa. So that's a tricky one. West Ham, I'm not sure whether you're going to invest there, but Spurs, Sunderland, Chelsea, Burnley, United, and Bournemouth, I don't think so great in terms of their fixture, because there's some tough fixture when I see Sunderland, Chelsea, United when Carrick settle his team, so maybe. Everton, they play Villa, Leeds, Brighton, Fulham, Bournemouth, and United. So finding the right asset from Everton could be tricky unless you're going for defense. Arsenal still have some excellent fixture. Forest, United, Leeds, Sunderland, Brentford, and Spurs. I think that's why people are going triple for Arsenal. Despite you mentioned about you're not sure, but at least you can trust on Arsenal defense, especially. Then we go Brighton, we go have Villa there, Everton, Newcastle, Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton, and Leeds. So Villa can be also a good picture. At the bottom, bottom three, Newcastle, Wolves, and Brentford. Brentford, I think that's why people mention about is this the right time to get Thiago because their fixture are going to be tough for the next six. Chelsea, Forest, Villa, Newcastle, Arsenal, and Brighton. Maybe there are merits there, but Thiago, penalty taker, not too expensive. You can leave there. Wolves, bottom Newcastle, City, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Forest, and Crystal Palace. And same for Newcastle. After Wolves, they're playing Villa, Liverpool, Brentford, Spurs, and City in the next. Fixture ticker, mate. Definitely Chelsea, right?
Yeah. Definitely Chelsea, and the unknown variable right now is under new management. That is the
Yes.
problem. Yeah, and there's a lot of jokes being bandied about with Liam Rosinho at the moment, in terms of what he says about him saying manager is there's the words man and age in there. It's like I don't know, it almost feels like a parody sometimes. But at the end of the day, this is what big teams like Chelsea do when we're looking at English managers. They just don't trust them, or they just and end up making fun of them. We see that everywhere, for English managers. So no surprise really. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, I wouldn't invest too highly. Pick
Okay.
up, if someone like Chalobah and Enzo Fernandez is great, but someone like Palmer just feels like we need more information. Crystal Palace, again, a team to avoid because of the congestion and what's been going on. Munoz is still out, so at least if Munoz is back, maybe we'll take a look. Bournemouth is interesting because we really want to see how life is without Semenyo.
Yep.
The 3-all blockbuster against Newcastle in the FA Cup might give you an idea as to what they're gonna be. They're gonna be porous as hell and at the back, but they're gonna score goals more because
Yep.
and of course the theory is still who's gonna step up in essence Semenyo. A lot of popular theories Tavernier, but I have my misgivings about that. Why didn't he step up when Semenyo was around? I mean, it's just I have someone who has Tavernier for a while and been disappointed as to what his output is. But to be fair, at the point of only 5.6, it's a decent risk, I guess.
Yep. Yep.
West Ham we're avoiding, aren't we? Because West Ham just look like crap. I don't know what's going on. Bowen should ask for a transfer, but then of course he can't because he's
Sounds like Paqueta gonna leave West Ham.
Paqueta's already left, hasn't he?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Back to Brazil, wasn't it?
Flamingo or something like that. That's the rumors. All right. Let me check.
Oh no, he's still with West Ham. Hasn't left yet.
Okay.
Okay. So like West Ham trying not to sell him, I guess. I don't know. So other than that, yeah, Brentford. I guess if you have Thiago, you'd still keep him for the next two. Chelsea under unfamiliar management, he could be, have a chance. Forest would be something, but after that, yeah. But I wouldn't bring him in now. So I did take a look at it myself. Should have missed trick. I think you should enjoy your Thiago until Gameweek 23, and then maybe you can relook at after. You have Mane Wolves at the bottom there, but at this point, when it comes to money, you should just ignore the fixtures and just not say ignore the fixtures. We know he's at the bottom of the fixture. But at the same time, Wolves are fighting for their lives, and Mane is at the heart of it. So yeah, it's fine.
Interesting. I just want to mention because I heard Rob Edwards post match. After that, journalist did ask about asking Rob Edwards, "Do you disappointed that if they say you'll be given this job earlier, you might have chance to save Wolves?" That's that kind of question. But Rob Edwards, I think I like that his statement means that probably we might be going down lah, okay? But he mentioned that we will play every game and try to win it until the end. So means that there's some spirit there. It means that instead by Rob Overs that he will ask his team to perform and try to do the best. Okay.
It's hard to figure out with Rob, with that one, with him coming earlier would have made a difference, lah. I mean, but it's good to see how he's changed it, and finally reaping. It's just we don't know. It's too little, too late. So
let's see. Right. Okay. This is a fixture taker, man. Let's go to our team before we take some question. Let's go back to my team, which is sorry about the chips. The chips haven't been used yet. But I have 0.8 million in the bank, one free transfer, and captaincy on Harden right now. My team, I will play Kelleher over Dubravka, but to be frank, both players are playing away and Chelsea and Liverpool. I don't think I'm going to play Dubravka against Liverpool. We know Burnley are acceptable in terms of game, and we try again. Who knows? Kelleher against Chelsea under new management, it might not settle yet, and who knows, right? Maybe Brentford can keep a clean sheet in that game if Chelsea not ready. Timber and Gabriel, and I'm going to play Adorati, man, because I do feel Sunderland has potential to keep a clean sheet against Palace. I'll play Adorati over O'Reilly and even Anderson. We touch on them. Could there be an option coming into my team? I'll play Bruno J against Wolves. Foden. I think I'm going to play Cunha against City. Saka. And then Haaland, Thiago. And like you mentioned, man, I'm going to play Mane into my first 11. I think I'm going to give that. And Newcastle, as you can see, they can be susceptible at the back and concede away. So I'm going to try and give him another chance because he's playing 90 minutes. So that's my team. And if to answer that FPL question, I do think I'm trying to hold my transfer and see next week. And 2 free chances better in terms of flexibility. I don't think it's wrong to play Cunha against City. Who knows, right? What do you think, man? Would you play anyone else over those 11 players of mine?
I'll probably play Anderson over Cunha.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it is a case of matchup thing, and Anderson will at least get DEFCON. So Cunha, of course not. But other than that, pretty good. No real excuses. I love you feeling Mane, fielding Mane there, and Alderete gets into the starting lineup. Kelleher will be interesting. Let's see how he does against Chelsea. But of course, there's no reason for you not to play him after what he's done. He's shown his ability. So I think that's it. But of course, the biggest glaring thing for you here, after what we talked about in the last slide on the odds thing, is that you have no Liverpool player. So so funnily enough, neither do I. So that's the thing. We've got the one with the best goal scoring odds, and we don't have a Liverpool player. So you have no plans to. Have you thought about bringing anyone?
I don't think so. I briefly thought about Soboslai. I could downgrade Cunha to Soboslai and just play the next 2 fixtures. Liverpool playing Burnley and then Bournemouth, and then think about. But the thing is, I was thinking like probably next week I have more information, which is who knows, Bruno G might not be an option after that, because my target is actually to use these 2 fixtures for that Bruno G and think again, because I think next week Mane going to play City and I don't think I'm going to feel him. So I have to think about which player. And Cunha is definitely one to go out. It's just a matter of time. But we shall see how Carrick feel in terms of Cunha. Will he play upright over Sesko? I'm not sure. Will Cunha play as number 10? Probably. But Mbomo and Ahmad back is going to be tricky.
Yeah, it's interesting, and the thing was why we need more information for Chelsea in terms of new manager, Manchester United in terms of new manager, and even Liverpool. Why we're hesitating is because, when Salah comes back, how will that, how does that change things? So that's why even though we're playing Burnley, but we still like, I guess those with Ekitike who still have Ekitike on their books will play them, but even Zoboslai,
if you have ATK, definitely you play.
yeah, but even Zoboslai, I'm not that sold on him either. If I don't have Rice, I'd rather pick him up, even though I still have the, not as easy matchup compared to Liverpool. But yeah, I think you're good to go, man. Don't worry about the Liverpool players.
Yeah, that's the thinking. I just roll and see next week how the situation will be, because there'll be Champions League matches will happen next week. Who knows? There'll be injury, right? So I think that's important to keep your team to what you think. I don't think it's wrong. If let's say Cunha bench by carry this game week and coming somewhere 60, 70 minutes, that's the case, then just to take it and deal with him next week. Okay, let's go to your team, mate. You have two free transfer and 1.7 million, if I'm right.
No, I only have one free transfer actually.
One. Okay, all right.
One
Without
free
your
transfer.
team.
Yeah. So other than that, let me see. Let me just check something. Okay, so yeah, Donnarumma goes in. Tiao, I guess. Gabriel and Ballard, because I have Guardiola. Guardiola is out. I still haven't sold him yet. Dogu is, his position is suspect all of a sudden now with Ahmad back, and under new management. So I'm not sure. But also, it's against City anyway, so I'm not likely to field him. So other than that, Bruno G, yep, as per you, I will continue to have him. No issues there. Rogers, I will play him, of course, after keeping him through those two hard matches. Why would I sell him now? Okay. So, I know what's happened there. Because I still have Cunha there. I've already got Bruno Fernandes there.
Oh, sorry. You are already Bruno Fernandes. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think that was it. So yeah, and so Calvert-Lewin, Haaland. So I'm good. I'm looking at 3-4-3 actually. I want to play Kupi because I think he'll start. Yeah.
Okay.
The question is, who do I bench? And it looks like I'm going to bench Tavernier, which is very going against popular theory, I know, but that's it. So but the question is, even if I feel that, do I still want Guardiola on my bench, on my books, even though he's injured? So the popular idea will be, the logical way is to just sell Guardiola and bring in a good defender, maybe Timber, get a double up, or Frimpong if I really want to get in that Liverpool Burnley action. If I think, or Virgil van Dijk is of course an option there as well. Yeah, so I haven't decided yet, because at the same time I don't like seeing that Palmer there, because I just feel that it's not that injury is not going to be worth it, the injury risk that he's having, which is why I'm looking at Rice as well. So
because you only have one Arsenal players right now, so you have two slots.
Exactly. Yeah. So do I just go the safe play and sell Guardiola for a defender like Van Dijk, or Frimpong is a bit more riskier, and just fix the injury issue in my squad? Or
if you ask me,
yeah, go ahead.
So if you ask me, I think your team already good to go this week, and see next week, because you only have one free transfer like myself. See next week what happened. I know you might not like Palmer, but who knows, right? Palmer might not start, but he could come in and deliver something. If not, and you don't like how he looks, then next week you have two free transfer and deal with Palmer and Guardiola, and you could easily do wonders. Mana tahu mau Salah come in.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, I guess we haven't checked out the full team news yet, but maybe we'll find out more when But Rosenio has his conference. When is his conference?
Yeah, I thought he already mentioned yesterday, Friday.
All
But
right.
he mentioned that Palmer and Reece James are
Are good to
training
go. Yeah.
and he will decide whether they are good to go or not lah into the squad.
Yeah. So it's not an absolute certainty.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I don't know. I'll really decide on tomorrow towards the deadline what will be
Oh
done with
yeah,
that.
yeah. But
Yeah.
if you ask me, I think your team is good to go. You have Thiago, Gabriel, and Ballet. I think those will start. Bruno G, Bruno F. Wow, you have two Bruno there. Palmer, Rogers, and Tavernier. They are excellent. DCL and Haaland. If Palmer doesn't turn up, Krupi could come in or Tavernier could come in. So I think you covered.
Now Palmer's the risk that if he comes, if he does come, well, if he is on the bench, he'll come on as a sub. So I don't know. I don't fancy him taking a penalty against your Kelleher, by the way. So it's not enticing. Okay,
Right.
yeah, I'll definitely think about it. I'll just go the fix up Guardiola because I do worry that Guardiola is going to drop in price. The longer I have
Ooh.
him, so that's something I need to consider as well.
All right. But if you're feeling on Rice, you can go there. But if you can wait, then maybe next week we have more information. You can deal with Guardiola also.
I have a great feeling on Rice. That's the problem.
All right, good stuff. Take some question. Let's go. Rakan IPL. Foden to Bruno Fernandes. I know Bruno Fernandes is excellent choice over Foden. Foden has blank 5, but whether this will deter manager because they are playing City and then Arsenal next week. Can you wait until 24 and give Foden this week again United and Wolves next week? Why not, right?
I'll tell you why. because City's midfield is on doubt all over again. City haven't been doing well. They drew against Brighton as well the last game, and then you got Semenyo who's come in, who's suddenly whoa, I'm the man. So how is Pep Guardiola going to figure that out? You got Chesky, you got
Yeah.
Foden, you got Semenyo, who's the other guy, the guy from France,
Doku,
who Doku, and then no, the other guy
Fabinho.
at the start, Savinho screw him, but the
Yeah.
guy at the start who scored 2 goals at the
Oh,
first.
Reinder.
Reinders, yes, exactly. Yeah, so it might be a wait and see. So, but I think for to Bruno, because Bruno is Bruno Fernandes
Yeah,
for Manchester
okay, all
United,
right.
he will be there. So I would sell him. I would sell. I would
Azmin,
go.
Azmin said, go for it. I say, give 42 more weeks. Okay. Play Tarkowski and Gahi. I think this easy because they're not going to play this week.
Yeah, it's just Tarkowski because I don't think he'll immediately go into the City lineup.
Interesting one. Bench one. Enzo, Thiago. Because they're playing each other. Thiago could be.
Oh wow! Oh wow! I would bench Thiago, but
I think
it's
so.
very
I think so.
very slim.
Very reluctantly say that.
Yeah, because he is in form. That's
Yeah.
not. At the end of the day, he is in form. So
Yeah.
Chelsea will need a lot to stop him.
And the way that Liam play right now, play from the back and they go gung ho. I can see how they play. Then they could easily concede some goals. Like Roman, you concede goals, but you score goals as well. Okay. All right. Alderete or Ronaldo at 3.8 million. I'm not sure about Ronaldo's status, but I know Alderete going to play every week.
I'm not sure if he goes straight into the starting lineup, but if he does, yeah, sure, go ahead. Ronaldo. Let's find out to check. But Alderete is, at least he has a bit more goal scoring track, and definitely DefCon. I think Alderete has more. You just need to spend a bit more.
Okay, Saliba at 5.9 million. Todd, would you consider him? I think Gabriel will be number one. I'm not sure if you go Saliba over Timber, but I will go only one.
Yeah, I wouldn't go Saliba. I mean, it's either Gabriel, and then if you want another, it's still Timber. Not Saliba.
Wah, ni soalan Liverpool. So you answer me. Triple up Liverpool. Gakpo, Wirtz dan Ekitike. If you have those three players against Burnley, I will play them.
You have, if you could have Gakpo and Words, who do you not have? That's the thing to answer. You know,
Eh?
who is it that who do you sacrifice into not having? Because if you feel that's worth it, then yeah, go for it. But I wouldn't, even against Burnley. I wouldn't. We thought Liverpool would do well against Leeds. That didn't happen. Yeah. So yeah. No.
All right. How about captaincy? I think we both mentioned about Haaland, but I'm keen to captain EKTK if you have him.
I will. Yeah, I mean my safe place is Haaland, but I feel like going for something. So let's see if it could end up being Rodgers. Let's see.
Raya keeper for Gameweek 22. I think if you still start with Raya, I don't think it's a
Yeah,
problem. You just play him. Right.
I mean you wouldn't sell him, but
Yeah.
I don't know who you have
Maybe
on your
maybe
bench.
a question whether you buy him, right? Probably.
Not now.
Hmm.
Buy Roof.
Oh. Yep. Excellent fixture some
Save,
more. And nice
save the
entry
money.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I take player Burnley, is it okay? Probably
No.
for bench, is it?
Sorry.
I'm not sure. Probably he's building a wildcard team. Probably, yeah. Probably.
Yeah. But just Dubravka, at least he's a certainty to
Yeah.
start.
But not for City, yeah. My forward, Haaland, Bowen, and Walter Monday. Haaland against City. West Ham against away to Spurs. Newcastle playing Wolves. I just play them.
I don't know. I don't know because is it a question of wildcard? If wildcard, definitely you shouldn't have Bowen and Walter
Okay.
Mende. Yeah, but
Okay.
Walter Mende, the issue with Walter Mende is that he's now sharing time with Wissa,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
and he's not on penalties either. So I just think it's too expensive. You know, someone like DCL in Leeds, takes penalties and he's a certain starter will most likely get 90 minutes. Yeah, not Walter Mende.
All right. We come to the end of streaming. Your last word for game week 22.
Well, I'm really jealous that you got in the 5-digit ranking at this point. So well done. Congratulations. I'm still in the 7-digit. Hopefully, I'll get into the 6-digit soon. But yeah, this is after quite a week in terms of the FA Cup, yeah, and
Yeah.
people who are involved in the Caribou Cup as well. So really need to look at fatigue in the squad. So try to have as optimum a squad possible in terms of your bench. Because you'll need to manage that. There will be disappearances, especially with the big teams are concerned.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching FPL Jedi Show. Do hit the like button and subscribe to our FPL Jedi YouTube channel. And continue to support us. We are signing off and hopefully to see you again next week. All the best for this week. Until then, take care and bye-bye. And may the force be with you.
Good luck. GW22.